Hi everyone, Einat Kessler here with a new video tutorial, and today I'm going to share some more mini album tips and show you how to make 3D mini albums. So we're going to start with the first one. It's a star mini album. You have a link to all the measurements in the description under the video. You can go ahead and download it. So we're going to score all our black cardstock at 6 inches. These are going to be the base for our star mini album. All 3D mini albums can basically stand on their own, and that's what's special about them. And then we're going to score our white cardstock at 3 7/8, 5 7/8, and 7 7/8. So that is for the measurements, the scoring measurements for our white cardstock. Of course, you can use other colors if you want, but I find that the contrast looks pretty good, especially with the cover papers later. Okay, so we're going to fold everything now. So we're going to fold our white cardstock in a W shape. So basically it's a concertina or an accordion fold. So you change the direction of the fold each time. So this is what you should have. Fold all the white pieces the same way. And then all the black pieces we're going to fold in half. And then all we need to do is assemble our mini album, our 3D mini album. So the tip this time is to make 3D mini albums, which are really fun, and not only you can add your photos, but you can display them and present them because they stand on their own. So now let's apply glue on the bottom part of the W on both sides, on the right side and on the left side, while the fold in the center is facing up, so that this way you know which way is down and which way is up. And then we're going to attach the white piece to the black piece, aligning it with the edges, leaving a nice little margin around. And this is one page. This is what you should have. This is one page of the mini album. And then you have to repeat this with all the other pages. Now we're going to attach the pages to themselves basically and create the 3D effect. So we're going to take the first one, or they're all the same, so there's no first or last. Just take one of them. You have 6, and then apply glue to the back of the page on one side only, and then attach the next page back to back. And then you continue to do that with all the rest of the pages, and you can see how the star is taking shape. So just apply glue to the back of the page and then attach the next page, and you just keep repeating that until all the pages are connected, are attached. So we have attached all the pages. This is what we have so far. So now you can see how the star is formed. Now what I like to do to secure the star shape is to have a magnet, and then I'm attaching a magnet to the front and the back, which is basically the first page and the last page. And this way when I open the mini album and I want it to stand as a star, I have something to close it with. So now I've attached, you know, for a magnet you need two pieces. So this is the best way to ensure that they match. And I also like to add a ribbon to ensure that the mini album stay closed when it is not standing in the star form. So I'm doing all of this before I add the first and last cover pages, and all the magnets and the ribbons will be hidden under the cover page. And again, you have all the measurements in the cutting guide that you can download in the description. The link is in the description under the video. So now all I need to do is add my cover papers, and then my first 3D mini album is ready. I can add photos, I can embellish, I can do whatever I want. And I can also display this mini album standing as a star. And that will look pretty good. So for the photos, you can add them on the larger parts of the mini album, the page. You can add the journaling to the smaller part, or you can cut photos to fit the smaller part as well. This is completely up to you, how you want to add your photos, your journaling, and so on. So this is how it looks when you flip through it, and then when it stands, you have the star shape, which is really cool. So isn't that fun? So the next 3D mini album is a backpack, which is really cute for small kids, back to school photos, university, college, and so on. So what we're going to do, you have again a link to all the measurements in the description under the video. So we're going to score the first piece at 2, 6, 7, and 8. So that's pretty easy. So we're going to score that. And then we're going to score the second piece at 3.5 and 7. So that is pretty easy too. And the third piece, again, we're going to score at 3.5 and 7. So you have 3 pieces, and then we're going to fold it. The last 2 pieces are folded in an accordion shape. These are slightly smaller pieces. These are going to be the inside pages of our mini album. And then the larger piece is going to be the outside backpack. So we're going to fold these. As you can see, the order of the folds, this is what you should have, and this is how the backpack is going to look. And the pages are going to go in there. Next, I'm going to cover everything with my cover papers. Again, you have all the measurements in the cutting guide. You can download from the description under the video. So I also used some leftovers here. I had pieces of paper that I attached together to create larger paper to cover some of the pages in the outside of the backpack. This way I utilized all my paper scraps and make sure that nothing goes to waste. Okay, let's cover the pages. And you can attach them before you cover them. So you apply glue to the bottom of the little accordion that we made, and then you attach it to the inside of the backpack, and then you can go ahead and cover the pages, or you can first cover them and then attach them. It doesn't really matter. Order is the same. So I'm just going to cover all the papers, or the pages with papers. So basically my mini album is almost ready. I want to add a magnet as a closure. So the magnet has two pieces. I'm attaching one and closing the flap to attach the second one, because they both have adhesive on their backs. So now I have my strips, which I'm going to score at 1 inch on each side. These are going to be the backpack strips on the back. So 1 inch on each side. And we're going to fold the same direction like this, then attach them to the back of the backpack. So I'm applying glue to the little folded tabs like this, then attaching them to the back side of the backpack like this. Now you have your strips. Now the next part is completely optional. I created a little envelope. If you want, you can add that. If you don't want, then it's completely up to you. Any size will do. You can skip this part altogether. It's like a little pocket in the front. So I'm just closing the envelope. This is a pretty basic envelope design. Just removing the sides so I can fold this towards the inside and then attach the little flaps on the side. This is again completely optional. If you want, you can make it. If not, you don't have to. Your mini album, your 3D backpack mini album is basically ready as it is now. Just going to cut this. It's a little bit too long. Then cover it with papers and attach that to the front of my mini album. Again, you can just create a regular pocket. It doesn't have to look like an envelope. So when you take a pocket, you already know how to do that. We made so many pockets in the past. So you can just add a pocket, a regular pocket in the front instead. Always when you have diagonal folds or cuts, it's just use whatever base that you need to attach it to as a template, and then cut out your paper, and that will be completely matched to whatever base you need to attach it to. This is a little tip. Okay, so now I'm attaching this to the front of my backpack mini album, and then the mini album will be ready. So this is our second 3D mini album, and as you can see, it can stand on its own. And then like this, and then the photos are inside. Isn't that cute? Really, really cute 3D mini album. So we have one more 3D mini album to make. The next one is also, it's not a star shape exactly, but it's also a 3D mini album that can stand on its own. This is how it looks. So it's pretty easy to make. We're going to take our inside base shape and score it every 1 inch. So 1, 2, etc. until you run out of paper. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 inches. Then we're going to fold them all in the same direction. Oh, and 6 too, sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches, because we need that little tab at the end to attach to the front of the piece. So I'm folding them all in the same direction, and then I'm going to cover the inside of this shape with the cover papers. So they're all the same size, obviously. Now I'm applying glue and attaching that little tab to the other side while the papers are on the inside. So you should have something like this. Let's make sure everything is dry first and aligned. So this is what you have. Now you can attach the pages to the center of the mini album. It's pretty easy. I'm going to cover all the papers first with their cover papers. It's easier to do it now than later. And then we're going to attach all the pages to the center. Just decide what order you want before you attach them. So what we're going to do is apply glue to, we have 6 sides, so just pick one side, it doesn't matter which one you start with, and then attach the page while it's aligned with the score line, like this, aligned with the right score line from where you put the glue. And then of course aligned with the center as well. The page is bigger than the center. The center needs to be in the middle of the page. And then you continue. You apply glue to the next side or the next panel, and then attach the page while it's aligned with the score line on the right and with the center of your mini album. And then you just keep on going to attach all the pages. So you have 6 pages for 6 panels or 6 sides. And at the end you have a mini album that stands on its own, and then you can display it. So each time just fold and reveal the side that you want to attach the page to, like this. Okay, so now we have the last page to attach, and you see that this mini album can also be completely flat. So if you want to send it in the mail or something, it is possible. You just keep on folding all the sides. You have 2 more pages to attach. So I really hope you like all these 3D mini album tutorials. This is the mini album tip for this month, and I really hope you give them a try. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video, so you won't miss anything and you'll be able to follow all the tutorials and make all the projects. So now this is our last page. Make sure everything is dry before you flip the pages and make it stand on its own. But this is how it looks when it is finished. So you can attach photos to the front and the back of each of the pages, and then you can flip through them. It's really fun. You can flip through them like this. So thank you very much for joining me for these mini album tips, and I will see you next time.